Okay. Let me make it so I can see the chat. All right. I don't know what to do. All right, so this is how I stream without a card and still have overlays and all the computer goodness, and I apologize if the dogs are loud in the background. They're very hyper, and also this is the first time I'm using a new mic setup. It looks like it might be a little loud, but I don't know. All right. So it's pretty simple. There are two requirements. You have to have a Windows 10 computer, which is what this is, and you have to have an X1. I don't think you need to be in the preview program anymore for streaming. You used to have to. I don't think you do anymore. That's the best I could tell from Google. I hope not, anyway. So what you do, just dead simple startup, is you open the Xbox app on Windows 10. You go to this little icon right here. You need to be logged in on the same account on the computer as you are on your Xbox. All the same thing. And then you click stream. And it'll connect, and it'll do things. And if you don't have a controller connected directly to your computer, it'll come up with this little thing. You can totally use the cabled controller and play off this screen. There is the slightest bit of delay, and it drives me nuts. Like, if you're real sensitive to that, it's going to just be awful. But if you're not, you can. And if you're doing PvP, totally don't. So you got a couple of options up here. This is literally just the Xbox button on the middle of your controller, stop streaming. This is your streaming statistics, which is nice to see how much bandwidth you're using. You're going to use less if you're directly hardwired on your computer and your Xbox. I'm not on either, and I don't have any problems. I have a 30 meg internet, but my upload is usually about 1.7, 1.9. Obviously, you don't want to keep this up when you're streaming because it shows, but it's useful for seeing what's going on. You can also, over here, change the quality. This is very important to know. Mine's at high. You can do a test, and it'll recommend what you should be at. You can do low, and it won't be completely unwatchable. I wouldn't, but you totally can. So that's just the stupid simple part. And if you know anything about computers, that's probably all you need. But let me show you. Oh, and a quick note. The TV input on an X1 can take any other console. Like, I've had my 360 hooked up through the TV input where you'd normally do like a cable box or whatever. And then if you have that, you go to the TV app on your X1, and it'll go to the 360, which will still be streamed to this the exact same as anything else. So if you wanted to stream 360 or probably PlayStation through the X1 using this setup, you totally could. I'm going to turn this off. I use OBS. I use multi-platform OBS because I'm weird. I don't recommend it because it's less stable and it has less options. It's just that's what I started with, so when I go to the other one, the interface is all different and I don't like it at all. Let's see. So here's the OBS. As you can see, the Xbox app likes to crash. It likes to go small when you're streaming. It doesn't like being resized at all. So I recommend having two windows or two monitors. It makes it a lot easier. You don't have to. What you can do is you can resize it, just don't resize it while you're going, and capture that section of the monitor. So you just create a scene and then have on your source, you would, you could do a window capture. I don't think that works quite as well. Display capture is what I do. It captures the whole monitor. Excuse me. So that's that. Let me show you. Open control panel. Gonna do it. Open control panel. Maybe.
Sure thing. Opening control panel.
Let me show you how you do the sound. So what the computer is going to always do, let me put this over here so I can see it again, is it's going to, OBS wants to pick up anything that goes through the speakers. Here we go. Hardware and sound manage audio devices. All right, so the speakers are set as my default. And then over on OBS, my audio over here is on the speakers. So that if you have this on something different than what it's picking up, then so if the sound's piping through headphones, and then over here on OBS you have it through speakers, nothing's piping through the speakers, and therefore it's not going to pick up any sound. So you have this on speakers and you have this on speakers. Now for the really weird bit is I have right now Bluetooth headphones in that have a microphone. So I go to recording over here. I actually ended up disabling the built-in microphone on my Surface because it was conflicting. And I set this as my default, and then over here on mic, I have it on my headset. And like I said, this is the first time I'm using it, so I don't know what I sound like right now, but it looks, my little thingy's doing the thingy, so I think it's fine. So if you wanted to party, you would, in the Xbox app, you can do a party over here. And you need to do it through the computer. I don't know if there's a way to swap it from Xbox to over here. But if you do it through the app here, it'll come through the speakers because that's your default. The sound from the computer comes through the speakers. And then it should pick up the sound through here. It was before it was doing the built-in, but like I said, I think it was conflicting. So that way, you hear the sound of the party through the speakers, and so does OBS. And then the party in OBS hears you through this, because obviously when you're in a party or whatever, it doesn't feed your voice back through. So you need to have a separate mic. Because it's not going to, like, if you're talking to people, you don't hear your voice again. Make sense? Okay. And that's about it. You need to capture the speaker sound, and you need to capture a microphone for yourself. You need to make sure your devices on your audios are on the control panel are set to that. So what you want it to be, speakers and then your microphone. And then over on OBS, you have that same here. That's about it. Like I said, it's blindingly simple. And if you know anything about computers, it's going to be like, well, duh. So good luck with that. It does seem to use, honestly, less bandwidth than when I use the stupid built-in Xbox app. Because I swear that thing is nothing but jitters. But when I do this, I can do at 900 megabytes or kilobytes a second and never drop a frame even when I'm in Crucible. So that's it. You just use the app, go to streaming, stream it. The app will show everything that's on your Xbox. You capture that either monitor or area of a monitor on OBS as your source. And there you go. You've got party chat if you want. You could do Skype if that would be easier if you're doing a different kind of game that doesn't have party chat or whatever. And I imagine the sound would actually be better, and then that way you can control your volumes through your computer. Good luck. Enjoy.